Hello to our lovely new Primary 1 families. This is the first Talking News, just to give you a bit of information about our plans for Primary 1 transition and for the new boys and girls who will join our school family in August 2022. Now, I just want to thank you for your patience in the meantime. Only last week, placing requests were confirmed. So until placing requests are confirmed, we hold off on putting transition information out. We are also mindful of any considerations round about COVID and any risk assessment considerations that we would need to meet in regards to what we are able to do with our children and yourselves. So very positively, we are finally moving into the recovery phase, which means that for the first time in 3 years, we will be able to have the children in the school for transition visits, and we are also hoping to have a grown-up from the house in to join us for a couple of our transition plans. So today, along with this Talking News, you will also get a letter with the dates of the transition visits and just some details around about what we have in store. We are hoping to offer 3 transition visits for the children. The first one is on the 17th of May, and we are inviting a parent or grown-up from the family to come and join us for a lunch taster session. So the first visit the boys and girls will have to the school will be a lunch experience with a grown-up, and there will be a little chance to have a little play as well. Although we're no longer doing social distancing within the school, you may have seen this out and about in the community and in shops and things, but Scottish Government have changed the campaign from social distancing to being distance aware. So when you come into the school that day, I'm asking if you're going to join us for the lunch experience. And I do appreciate that you might be working and you might not be able to make it, but your child can still come along. Then you just meet out in our playground just in front of the huts, just opposite the nursery. And one of us will come out and collect you and escort you into the dinner hall. And what we'll have in the dinner hall is a placemat with your child's name on it. And if you just plop yourself down there with your wee one, and we'll just spread you out. Now, we are mindful that in the world outside school and early year centres, probably the signs of COVID have all but gone. But for us in school and nursery, we are still very responsible for everyone who's in our building, and we would continue to keep everybody safe and do what we can. So we're distance aware. So the first visit is with a grown-up. The children will then have 2 other visits where they come to the school. Now, I can share that Miss Julie Dryden will be the Primary 1 teacher this year. She's actually over the moon. She did Primary 1 2 years ago, and then we moved around a little bit. So she is going back to Primary 1. So Miss Dryden will be the Primary 1 teacher, and she will support the transition visits. So there's the 17th of May visit, which is a stay and lunch taster session with a grown-up. Then there's 2 other visits, one on the 24th of May and one on the 7th of June, where your wee one will come into the school and they'll do a lovely experience. And if your child is in the nursery at the time of the visit, Adam and their key worker will bring them over. But if you're an afternoon person or you don't attend on the date that we're given, we ask that you bring your child yourself and you collect them. It's all explained in the letter that I'm sending along with the Talking News. And the last visit will be an induction visit on Thursday, the 9th of June, where we're inviting the boys and girls to come in with a grown-up, and I'll just do a little induction presentation. So I will do that in the hall. Again, we'll be distance aware, so I'll spread the chairs out a little bit, and we can all be together in the hall, but just being mindful of one another. And the boys and girls will be in the classroom with Miss Dryden and Adam doing something lovely. They've got lots of nice things planned, and hopefully that will just give you the opportunity to get a little bit more information. Although the world is rightly moving forward from COVID, I do still appreciate that different families will have had different experiences over the past 2.5 years, and you might not feel comfortable coming into like a wider group environment. So please just touch base with us, and I'll do my best to give you an alternative pathway to getting the information out. So don't feel under pressure. I'm also mindful that although the use of masks is been minimised somewhat, for want of a better description, if you still feel more comfortable wearing a mask, please feel free to do so in our school building. This is about what meets everybody's comfort and expectations. So don't feel under pressure, because, as I say, it's been 3 years since we have offered this kind of model for induction, and people might not quite be ready yet, and that's okay. Just let us know and I'll put an alternative in place for you, and I'll make sure that you get all the information. So for the boys and girls moving forward, they will be keeping their eye out for Lennox Spear. I don't want to give too much away, but Lennox will feature strongly in the Primary 1 induction and transition planning, and there will be more information to come. But I thought it was important to get information out as soon as possible in regards to who the teacher will be. So I've popped a picture of Miss Dryden onto the letter in case you're not sure who that is. And hopefully one of you will be able to come and join us for that very first visit for the school lunch taster session. So I'm going to stop just now, and if there's anything else in the interim, please lift a phone and check in. Keep your eye on learning journals, keep your eye on group call, and moving forward we will get information out as our dates come up. Thank you for listening, and I'm really looking forward to having families back within the school again.